Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm starting something new. I'm very proud of it. It is a new solo campaign, all custom content, new content for Frostgrave. It is called Beneath the Ice. That is the name of the campaign. Scenario number 1, Arrival, which is what you're going to be watching after this little intro, is the first scenario in the 10 scenario campaign. There are some special rules to this campaign, some special setup, like for example, it takes no more than 2 foot by 2 foot of space and very little custom terrain. All the terrain needed is in basic sizes like 12 by 12, 8 by 8, 4 by 8, that kind of thing. But if you want to get this scenario for free and to play it yourself, you're going to have to go and sign up for my free newsletter. It comes out every Monday. It's called the RPG and Wargame Newsletter, and you can find a link to sign up for it in the video description below. I've been producing that newsletter for over a year now, and there is a section in it called Custom Content. And that is where you will always find anything custom that I make, cards, scenarios, whatever, for the games I play. And that is where you're going to find all the content for this new Frostgrave campaign. All right, so let's get to the table. Let's play. Let me show you how I hopefully survive Arrival. All right, welcome to Scenario 1 called Arrival of the Beneath the Ice campaign. As you can see, it is not quite a full playing field. This blackboard is 2 foot by 2 foot, but this adventure takes place underground, so it's going to be using limited movement like hallways and small rooms and things like that. I'm using 3D printed tiles. You could use foam. You could use a dry erase board, whatever you want. The maximum size is going to be about 2 foot by 2 foot. So you could even cut out these areas in cardboard or paper if you want to play them. All right, my warband is down here, right here on the end. It consists of a wizard, an apprentice, and 4 soldiers. I've got 2 ice zombies and 2 over there guarding a treasure chest, and these are guarding a scroll. We have a pit here. There's a special rule about the pit. And then we have 3 ice piles which impede double movement. If you move over them, it's fine. If you double move, there is a chance you might fall and trip, and then you have to spend your next action standing up. The goal is to get to this door to escape, but there are 2 treasure tokens over there, which I really want. So we shall see how that works. First thing I want to do is introduce you to my wizard. His name is Tynn Stormhelm, Tynn. And Tynn is going to group activate with 2 of his soldiers. Let me tell you their names. The thug here is named Fidlark, and this other thug is named Herbin. And they are going to stay close with Tynn, my wizard. So I'm going to group activate, which means he can move 6, which puts him right on the ice. I want to get him. I don't want to double move. So I'm going to move here. Oops. I'm going to move here for 6. And then I'm going to have him actually, if I double move, let's do the double move. Maybe I can make it. All right, so the way the double move works, let me read this to you. So if you attempt to go over an ice pile, any figure that makes a second move over the ice has a chance of falling down. The target must make a will roll with a target number of 12 in order to avoid falling down. Now, his will, by the way, is -1. So, by the way, when I roll my dice, I always roll blue. Enemy always rolls green. So let's see if he can double move. A target number of 12, which means I really need to roll a 13 or higher. I rolled a 10. So he has fallen down. He will have to spend an action on his next turn to stand up. Let's see if this guy can do it. He will move 6, and I'm going to try to get him off the ice, and he needs a 13. I got a 2. So both of my thugs have fallen down. Fidlark and Herbin are just rolling around on the ice. Now let's get the wizard involved. The wizard is like, what are you guys doing? He's going to move 6 to here and stay off the ice. And he is going to cast Enchant Weapon on Fidlark's weapon. He is currently +2. He's a thug, so hopefully we can make him a +3. To do an Enchant Weapon, I need to roll an 8. I rolled a natural 1. I failed by 7 points, which means I will take a point of damage. So 10 goes from 14 down to 13, and that is a failed spell. And you will be wanting to keep track of your successes and fails because they do generate XP. All right, so he moved, he cast a spell, he is done. All right, up next is my apprentice. Her name is Vinette Darkhone. Vinette also is within 2 inches or 3 inches of 2 soldiers. One of them is an archer. The archer's name is Brucha, and the man-at-arms, his name is Dastian. So actually I moved the wrong one. Let's do that. I'm trying to remember how I did this. There we go. Okay. So the first one, can they all get off the ice? Let's see. If he moves straight 6, he will be on the ice. And let's see if he is a man-at-arms. His will is +1, so he needs to roll an 11 or higher. I rolled a 14, so he stands up and he can move another 3. So he is going to move off the ice to right there. Now, Brucha, my archer, can move 6, which just gets him right here. So he's going to stay off the ice and provide cover because he's an archer. Let's see. Vinette will move 3, actually 4, and then she'll move 2 this way. And she will cast Enchant Weapon on, let's cast it on Dastian's weapon. He is, actually, do I want to cast it on the archer? No, he might be in combat in just a minute. So, in order for Vinette to cast this spell, she needs to roll a 10 or higher. I rolled a 2. She missed by 8. So she also takes 1 point of damage for a failed spell. And I will make a note of that. And that is the end of the apprentice's turn. Now, I have no soldiers left. So it goes creature phase, then soldier phase. But since all my soldiers moved during group activation, I won't have a soldier phase. Creature phase. Now, the ice zombies are slightly stronger, slightly faster than their above-ground opponents. They've learned to deal with the ice. They have a move of 5. Now, they smell the living, so they know where I am. There's no hiding from these guys. So they also ignore ice. So they can move 5, and then for 2.5 more, they can move 7.5, which does get him within, so that one will engage. This one right here moves 5. Where's the 5? 4, 5. 2, 3, 5, and then 7.5. Does not quite get him there. So right there. All right, so he is going to attack my man-at-arms. The ice zombie is +1 fight. My man-at-arms is, I believe, +3. Remember, blue is my guy. I rolled a 17 to its 14. My 17 +3 is 20. 20 minus the armor of the zombie is 13, is 7. He has 8 health, so that zombie is down to just 1 health. I will shove it back an inch. Since I won the combat, I can do that. Which hopefully will give my archer a chance to pick him off. Let's do these 2 over here. Now these 2 are going to start moving towards me, and they will move their full 7.5 directly at my party, and 7.5, we'll put him right next to him. All right, so they're coming. And that is the end of turn number 1. There is nothing else to do. No spells to cast or anything like that, so we'll move to turn number 2. It is now my wizard's turn. My wizard's going to do some yelling at my thugs to get up. So they are all within 3 inches. So this thug will stand as an action, and he will move here. He doesn't have to make the roll because he gets 1 move over the ice with no roll. And this one will stand up and move. So they're creating, actually, I'm going to move him over here to the side. Ooh, he's next to the pit. All right, let me explain the pit. If you are within 1 inch of the pit and you go into combat, there's a chance, if the enemy wins, that you might be pushed or tripped or somehow shoved into the pit, which is an auto death. The way this works is any combatant, that's your heroes or bad guys, who are within 1 inch of the pit and take damage from combat and survives, has a chance to be pushed or thrown into the pit. The target must make a fight roll with a target number of 14 to avoid falling into the pit. So, that might have not been the smartest move, but I think I'm going to be able to get rid of this guy before he puts him at risk. All right, so let's see what I'm going to do here. So he activated, they moved, they got up and they moved, so they are done. The wizard is going to cast Enchant Weapon again. 10 is going to cast Enchant Weapon. He needs an 8. I want to cast that on my archer. So I need to roll an 8 or higher. I rolled a nat 20. Where were you last turn? So my archer Brucha now has +3 on his bow. And that was a successful spell. And that's all I can do this turn. I can move. Let's go ahead and move. I cast the spell and then I can move. He can move 6 inches, so he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's coming up behind them. And now it is Vinette's turn. Vinette will group activate. She'll tell the archer to shoot at this guy with, well, he's only got 1 health. Maybe I shoot this one, the healthy one. Let's do that. I'm going to shoot at the healthy one. He's +3, and the ice zombie is +1. So let's hope for the best here. I got a 19 to its 7. 19 plus 3 is 22. 22 minus 13 is 9, which is enough to kill that zombie. Then my archer will move here. He's going to move where he can get a better angle on the next group of zombies. All right. Now, Vinette still needs to go. She can cast. I've got Enchant Armor, Enchant Weapon, Telekinesis, Elemental Bolt, Push, Fog, Wizard Eye, and Heal. How about Push? Let's do Push. Push is a 14. That's a hard roll, but let me try it. 14. I got a 5, so I missed by 9, so she loses another point. She's down to 10, and that is a failed spell. I will have her move, however. She can move 6, so I'm going to have her move over next to the archer, and that is all for the apprentice phase. Now it's the enemy phase. All right, so once again, this enemy steps up, but that's why I grouped them, so I get this benefit. He's just +1, but I need to roll to see who he's attacking. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So he's attacking this one, which means this guy's not going to get the benefit, but he will get this guy's benefit as being an ally. So my thug is +2. He's got an ally next to him, so that's another +2. So I'm +4 versus +1, and he attacks, and I got a 3 to its 9. Uh-oh. Now, 3 plus 6 is 9, but it's 9 plus 1 is 10. That does not beat my armor, and so they stay engaged. The other 2 zombies, ooh, this is not going to be good. This zombie, 7.5, will be able to engage here, and this one, he'll just come in behind. They're starting to pile up. He won't. The zombie, I guess, is, I don't know. I would almost say he's smart enough to not go over the pit, but if you walked straight at him, he would enter the pit. But I'm going to make it hard on myself and say he will somehow go around the pit. A little bit of self-preservation there. All right, so this one will attack him. That is just a +3 versus a +2, because remember, that is my man-at-arms who is +3 versus +1. I got a 5 to his 3. I win, so I will push him back an inch, but does no damage. All right, that is the end of the creature phase. We now go on to turn number 3. Now, here's the rule at turn number 3. Beginning at the end of turn 3, roll a d20 at the start of each creature phase. So I've still got one more This is the start of turn 3, so at the end of turn 3, I'll start rolling for the creature phase. All right, so I got to wipe out 3 zombies pretty quick here. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Wizard phase. The wizard, I need to shove some of them back, but the wizard push is so hard to cast. Let's do Elemental Bolt is too hard to cast. I'm going to do Enchant Weapon again. He needs to roll, 10 needs to roll an 8, and I'm going to cast this on my thug in the middle. An 8 is enough to do it. So the thug, who is Fiddlark, is now +3, and he will go ahead and attack. +3, he gets the +2 ally, so he's at +5 versus +1. And my 16, my 11 beats his 6. 11 plus, what did I say, 3 plus 2, 5 is 16. 16 versus his armor of 13 does 3 damage, and he only had 1 health, so he is out. Actually, no, hold on. That one was out. That one's got 8. So 16 versus 13 is only 3 damage. Ah, that's not good. But I can shove him back. Actually, no, I did damage to him. So I'm going to try during the combat to throw him into the pit. So the zombie has a will of 0, and the zombie has to make a will roll of, because he's within 1 inch, Ice Pile, a will roll of 12. So if I can roll an 11 or under, I rolled a 4. So this zombie gets into the pit. Nice. That's what I wanted. All right. I get 1 more attack, so I hate to lose my group activation. I will have him move over here to the side, and he will attack that zombie. He is +3 to +1. I got an 11 to his 8. 11 plus 3 is 14 versus armor of, what did I say, 13. So he does 1 point of damage on this guy, but I am able to shove him back. And remember, the shoving back is helpful because it can give your archers a chance to take a cheap shot at them. All right, so it is now my, did he cast a spell? He did. He cast a spell, they activated. I forgot to mark a successful spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. And it is now my apprentice's turn. Vinette tells the archer, take that one out. So the archer is +3 versus +1. I got an 8 to its 17, so it dodges right over the head of the wizard, who's a dwarf, and misses. That leaves the apprentice to try something. I'm going to try to cast Push. I wish I could have cast Push. I wish I could draw him. If I moved here and I cast Push, that would push him into the pit. Let's try it. So he can move 6. She can move 7. She can. She'll move right here, and I'm going to try to cast Push into the pit. Push is a 12. Come on. A 4. I missed by 8, so she takes another point of damage. She's down to 9, and a failed spell. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Let's see. That is all for the apprentice. I do have 1 soldier that did not attack, this one, because he's too far away. Actually, he's not. He's within 3. I could activate him. Let me activate him. I'm gonna come up here, and I'm gonna attack this one and try the pit again. So he is +3 because he got that enchanted weapon. +3 versus +1. I got an 11 to its 5. 11 plus 3 is 14, so I also do 1 point of damage on this one. But if he rolls less than 12, he's within 1 inch of the pit, he will go into the pit. 11 or less, come on. 9, and another zombie gets put into the pit. And that is what I'm talking about. All right, that is the end of the apprentice phase. This guy will attack. Now he's got 2 enemies, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He will move towards my man-at-arms, and he will attack. He is +1 to my +3, and I rolled a 9 to its 9. I still win because my 9 plus 3 is 12. It doesn't do any damage, but it does shove him back. And that is the end of the creature phase. All my soldiers moved already in group activation. Now it's the end of turn 3. It is now turn 4, and we will start rolling at the end. Roll a d20 at the start of each creature phase. So if a new zombie appears on a roll of 11 or higher, it will get to activate that turn as well. It's breaking free of the ice that it's frozen in. All right, turn 4. The wizard is within range of these two, but he's away an inch away, more than an inch away, so he cannot go into the pit again. So I will tell the soldier to get going. I want to get out of here. The soldier will move 6 and stop. And I wanted to free up because he was blocking a shot. I'm going to tell the archer to try to take him out. Archer's +3 to +1. I got a 9 to its nat 20. Oh, man, that zombie laughs at the bow. All right, so I'll tell him to move to get a better shot next turn. Maybe he'll move right here next to the pit, which is kind of dumb, but it gets him a shot. And the wizard will cast Enchant Weapon again, because I can't really cast much else. I'm going to cast it. I need an 8. I got an 18. I will cast it on my... Who else? Who doesn't have it? Herban, my other thug, does not have it. And the man-at-arms does not. I'll cast it at the man-at-arms. He now goes up to +4. All right. And the wizard will move... I'm not going to... do I want to move? I'll move a little bit close. Just a little bit closer. And that is it for the wizard phase. So for my apprentice, I will tell the man-at-arms to move here and to attack. He is +3 to +1. I got a 14 to its 10. 14 plus 3 is 17, which does 4 damage and allows me to push him back an inch. And then my apprentice will cast Enchant Weapon. He needs a 10. I got a 17. Excellent. And that will be on my final one, Herban. He goes up to +3. So they all have their weapons enchanted now. Okay, and then she will move here. I'm just trying to keep away from this zombie. All right, the zombie's turn. The zombie will step up and attack. +1 to my +4 now, right? Yep, +4. I rolled a 9. I rolled a 6 to its 9. My 6 plus 4 is 10 to its 10, so it's a tie. We stay engaged. I forgot to roll to see if a new zombie appears. On an 11 or higher, a 4. One does not appear this turn. And by the way, since I'm trying to get to the door, what I really want to do is when the door has to be kicked in, basically, or chopped. It's frozen with ice. So any figure that moves to the door, you treat the door as armor 10, fight +0, and you have to do 5 damage in order to chip away enough ice to open it. Okay, so let's keep going. The zombie went. No new zombie. It's the end of the creature phase. All my soldiers went, so it is now turn number 5. I don't really have to track turns now because we will be rolling for new zombies every turn. It is now the wizard phase. The wizard will move here to cast push. Let's try to cast push. I need a 12. I rolled a 2. I missed by 10, which means I lose 2 health. So I am down to 11. And that was a failed spell. And he was here, so the only soldier I can do is I can't fire into combat. So I will have him run in and attack. He's going to get that bonus with the ally. So he is +3. He gets +2 for the ally. It's +5 versus +1. I rolled a 13 to his 8. 13 plus 5 is 18. Minus 13 armor is 5. 5 plus 4 is enough to kill the final ice zombie. So now what I have to decide is, do I run for these treasures or do I just get out of Dodge? All right, let me think. That was my wizard phase. Okay, There is no creature phase now, so it's mainly just strategy. I need to get my soldiers, it's my apprentice's turn this turn. So the apprentice, I will tell her to get to the door. So she will double move 6 and 3. She can move through friendlies as long as it's, so she'll move 6 and then 3 puts her right about here. So she's making a run for the door. And the archer could not take a shot, but he is within 3 inches. So I'm going to tell him to follow me. So he moves 4 and 2. And then I'm going to have him double move 3 more to get him up here. So he's got line of sight on both of these ice pit or treasures. And that is it for the apprentice phase. Now it is the creature phase. I got to roll to see if a new zombie appears. 11 or higher. A 17, it does. And the rules say to roll randomly, decide which one it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will determine where the ice zombie is guarding. 1, 2, 3, 3. So another ice zombie frees itself from the ice, and it will move 7.5, which puts it right about here. Not enough to do anything. And it is now the soldier phase. The only soldier who didn't go was this one. And I really want that chest, but once you get it, it's moves and a half to get away. Here's a...
Check out the new RPG and Wargame Newsletter. Each week, the tabletop engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up. I'm not going to engage the zombie. I'm going to let my archer try to do it. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 6 towards the... I'm going to go around him. I'm going to move 4 and 2. And then I'm going to try to double move. So I need to roll a... What was it that I say? His will was -1. So it was a 13 or higher. 13, I got a 19. So he does double move successfully, which puts him a little bit closer to the treasure. And that is it for the soldier phase. Next turn, it is now the wizard's phase. All right, my wizard needs to get going. These guys are within 3 inches of him, so I will have them activate. They will move to get that group activation benefit. I'll move him here, and then they all will do their thing. So I've got a +3, a +3 to hit, and then he gets a +2 for the ally. He'll attack first, then he'll attack. So +3, +5 versus +1. I rolled an 8 to it 16. Ooh, 8 + 5 is 13. So I lose. 17 is enough to hurt. To hurt Herbin. 17 minus 10 is 7 damage. He's got 3 health. He is wounded, and he's in trouble. All right, so the man-at-arms is going to try to help his ally out here. He's +4, +2 ally is +6 versus +1. And I got a 5 to his 3, but I still win. 5 + 6 is 11. It doesn't do any damage, but I am able to shove him back an inch, which I'm hoping will give the archer a moment. All right, the wizard will cast a spell. I'm going to cast, let's try Elemental Bolt. I need a 14. It's a long shot. I got a 5, so I missed by 9, so he takes another point of damage. Down to 10. All right, and that was a failed spell. All right, that's it for the wizard phase. The apprentice. The apprentice tells the archer, take your shot. The archer is +3 versus +1. And I rolled a nat 20. Well, the way nat 20s work is you add 5 damage to the total. 20 plus 3 is 23. 23 minus his armor is 10, which is more than enough to destroy him. The zombie goes dead again. All right, and then my apprentice will move to the door and will try to damage it. She needs to attack it. Her fight is only like, I think +0. Is it +0? It's +0. So she needs, and it's the door's armor is 10, and it has a fight of 0. It won't do damage back, but I do have to do 5 damage. So I need to roll basically a 15 or higher on the blue die. I rolled a 14, so I missed. The door The door doesn't do anything. All right. It is now the creature phase. Does a new creature appear? 6. It does not. It needs an 11 or higher. All right. I am going to do the soldier phase. Soldier phase, this one will move and pick up the treasure. All right, that's all he can do this turn. And now he's moving at half movement. That is the end of the soldier phase. So now we go to wizard phase. The wizard, this scroll down here. By the way, the special on the scroll, if you pick up the scroll and you get it through the door, you get to roll 3 times on the random scroll table and pick which one you want. So you get a little variety of them there instead of just rolling once. That's your reward for going after it. The problem is it's quite far away. I do have telekinesis. I'm going to try to move it closer. I need a 10 or higher. I got a 12, so I can move it 6 inches. I think, is it 6 inches or, let me look at my spell sheet here. Telekinesis, token within 16 can be moved 6 inches. So the scroll will be moved here, and my wizard will move slightly so he can pick it up on the next turn. And the scroll does not hurt your movement, by the way. All right, so the wizard went, and he cast a successful spell. It is now the apprentice's turn. Well, there's no zombies, so I'm going to tell, and there's nobody within 3 inches, so she has to just take her turn. She will try to attack. She needs a 15 or higher on the door. I got a 7. She fails. She cannot break the ice on that door. All right. It's now the start of the creature phase. Does one appear? I need an 11 or higher. I got an 11. Which one does it appear at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It appears over here. All right. And it gets to activate, which means it's going right at my wizard. 7.5. Yes, 7.5 will get it to the wizard, but that's a double move, so he does not get an attack action this turn. All right. That was the creature phase. It's now soldier phase. I can't fire at the zombie. But what I can do is I could turn the man-at-arms to come and protect my wizard. He is +4 versus +1. I rolled a 7 to its 9. 7 plus 4 is 11. That is enough to push it away an inch and I'll hopefully allow my archer to take a shot. I'm going to let the archer shoot, and if he misses, this guy will engage. Actually, he can. He's wounded, so I need to get him out of there. All right, archer will shoot. Archer is +3 to +1. I got a 4 to its 5, so yeah, nothing happens. I'm going to have the archer move closer to the door, and that will be that archer, and then all I've got left is him and him. So he is wounded. He only gets 1 action, so he's moving. He'll move to the door, and on his next turn, he can try to break some of the ice. And then this guy, he moves half, which is 3 inches. And I'm on the ice, so I'm not going to double move, which could come back to haunt me. All right, zombie went, soldiers went. Now it is end of the turn. It is now the wizard's phase. Wizard will pick up the scroll, which means he cannot cast a... Hold on, let's do this in order. I'm going to have the man-at-arms engage again. Group activate. +4, +1. I rolled a 17 to its 16. 17 plus 4 is 21. 21 minus 13 is 8, and that is enough to kill that zombie. And he moved, and he did. So he's done. All right, so now the wizard will pick up the scroll and then move 6 inches. All right, got it. Apprentice phase. Well, now I can have both of them try to roll. I'll have my soldier try to roll it. He is +3. Is he plus? Yeah, +3. So he needs to roll a... What did I say? 15 for the door. Armor 10. So let's just see what happens. He rolls an 11 plus 3 is 14. He misses, and the wizard is, or the apprentice is +0. She just needs a 15 or higher. She rolls a 7. That door is becoming a real pain. Creature phase. creature phase. Let's roll 11 or higher. I rolled a 9. No new creature this turn. Okay, wizard phase. The wizard's carrying the wizard. This guy. Which one? This one was the one that was injured, so he can only do one action. All right. Wizard has only the archer within 3, so I will tell the archer to get a better angle, maybe right here. And that is all. The wizard will move closer and won't do the door, so he will cast a spell. Let's cast Heal on myself. Heal is a 12 or higher. I got an 18, so I get 5 health back, which takes me back up. That's a success. And 5 takes me back up to a max of 14, so he's fully recovered. All right, apprentice. Let's do the soldier, +3, armor 10, 11 plus 3 is 14, still veiled. Well, actually, that the damage was supposed to be cumulative, so now the door is open. Sorry, I was doing that wrong. When he rolled last time, he did a 14, which did 4 damage. It's cumulative damage, so 5 damage to open the door, and the door is open. The apprentice will go through. Since he did the damage, he only gets 1 action. So he opened the door. The apprentice goes through. The apprentice is out. And it is now the creature phase. Let's roll to see if a creature appears. 11 or higher. 14. Where does it appear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did not want a zombie there. It moves here, and it will move and attack. +1 to my +3. I rolled a 14 to its 12. 14 plus 3 is 17, minus 13 is 4 damage. But the good news is it lets me push him back. And got 4 damage on him. And that is it for the creature phase. It is the soldier phase. I'm going to go ahead and move 3 off of here. And then I'm going to move... half of that is 1.5, so every inch counts, right? 1.5 inches, and he's moving, and that will free up the archer to try to shoot. Archer's +3 versus my +1. My 18 versus its 8. 18 plus 3 is 21. That is enough to kill another zombie. I'll have to review the video. I think I've killed like 4, 5, 6. I've killed 6 zombies, I believe, in all, so that's good. This guy will double move to get out the door. He can move 6 plus 3 is 9, and 9 is out the door. He is gone. It is now the wizard phase. The wizard says, come on everybody, let's go. This guy will move out. My archer's going to stay put until treasure guy. The wizard is going to go out. And that is it for the wizard and apprentice phase. The creature phase, does 1 appear? 11, yes it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It appears here, and it will move 7.5, which is enough to get it there. Man. All right, +3 to +1. I rolled a 12 to its 19. Ow, 20 versus my thug. Unfortunately, is enough to defeat my thug. He drops the treasure. Wow. Okay. And it is now, my archer is the saving grace. Those guys already left. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. +3 versus +1. I got a 14 to its 11. 14 plus 3 is 17, minus 13 is 4 damage. So we got 4 damage. And if I want that treasure chest, I'm going to have to kill it, rush to pick it up, and get out. All right. So he's down. So we'll move him out here and roll for him at the end of the game. Okay. Where to? It's now creature phase. Does a new zombie appear? Yes. Where does it appear? 3. Here again. And it moves 7, which we'll put it up here. I think I'm just going to have to... this one will actually move and engage. +1 versus plus... Ooh, he's melee now. He is only a +1 fight. My archer. He is a +1, so it's +1 versus +1. I rolled a 12 to its 15. 16 versus his armor of 11 is 5. He takes 5 damage and he is hurt. It is his turn. It's +1 versus +1. I got an 11 to its 10. Its 11 plus 1 is 12. That's enough to shove him back, and then I can flee. And I have to be the bad news bearer to the wizard that we lost the chest. And by the way, if you get the chest out, there's a rule. Just like the scroll gives you 3 rolls, the chest, you get 2 rolls on the treasure table, and then you get to pick which one you want. Okay, that is a fast game of Frostgrave solo, especially in tight quarters. You can see how that went. I got to tell you, this was a much more stressful game to me. I'm like, wow, we really got swarmed by zombies there. Normally there's a lot more debris to hide behind and things like that, but in this game, you saw everything is in the open. And those zombies, once they start appearing, they start swarming. And the secret is when they free themselves from the ice, they get an immediate action. It's not like they start on their next turn. So you saw how that played out. All right, here's what I would like to know. If you end up playing the game, I would love to hear your battle report or at least some details about how it went. I'd like to know how you went up against the zombies, how they fared. Maybe you got lucky. Maybe you didn't. I also would like to know what you think. Did you like the game? Do you like the playthrough I did? If you play it, did you like the play of your own game? And just any feedback. Any feedback will be welcome. All right, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me as I played this very fast, very dangerous game of Beneath the Ice. I'll be back within a week or two with the next scenario. Until then, everybody, take care.